My name is Estelle Brink and I'm with Jericho Walls International Prayer Network. Today I want to touch on a subject that I think is a challenge for all of us, and that's the subject of dealing with distractions in prayer. Have you ever sit down and then you can just not start praying? Your mind is here, your mind is there, then the phone rings, then someone comes in at the door. Distractions like that can really cause us to give up on sitting down and have a meaningful time of prayer with the Lord. So in today's session, I want to touch on the different types of distractions that comes our way, and then also how to deal with each one of them. Now, distractions are generally a stumbling block in our whole life. It's not just in your prayer life. Just think about when you study, when you have to do something and then you get busy doing something else, and you just don't get to finish what you need to finish in time. So this wisdom might also help or assist you in other areas of your life. Now, there are generally three types of distractions, I would say. There are many more, but at least these three plays a role for most of us. The first one is external distractions. That can be a noise, a tap that's ticking, or a clock, or somebody driving by in the street. Then there are internal distractions. This is when you are fearful, you have some anxiety, you are stressed, or you are worried, or something like that. And then a third one I want to add that we don't see generally out there, and that is boredom. And I think if we look at ourselves, when you open social media, people would watch like 5 seconds of a video and then decide whether they're going to finish watching it or not. Or you would stand in a queue and after 3 minutes you are so impatient for standing in this queue. So we get bored quickly, and that distracts us from focusing on something that's really important to us. So how do we deal with these different ones? Now, the first one I want to speak about is the visual distractions. This is very close to taking your eyes off the road while you are driving. So your body is driving, your mind is driving, but something else draws your attention and your eyes go there. This is what happens when we are praying as well. We are still there in the place of prayer, but our mind is going to the painting that's not level, or the spider's web sitting in the corner, or the fly just flying, swirling right in front of you, or something like that. It's something visual that draws your attention away from prayer, and it distracts you, and now you want to give attention to that. So before you go to prayer, especially when you are an orderly person, make sure the room is tidy and that there is nothing that your eye will catch that will distract you. And then, of course, very easy, just close your eyes when you are praying so that you don't see anything distracting you. The next one is audible distractions. This is when you hear a subtle sound like that tap that's dripping, or the clock that's ticking, or somebody drives by or hoot in the street and your mind goes to what's wrong, or you want to go close the tap, something like that, an audible distraction. So what can you do as a remedy for these distractions? Now, of course, we won't be able to fix everything perfectly, but we can at least do something. So before you go to prayer, check out that the windows are closed, the taps are closed, everything is fine. What you can also do is just plainly put in earplugs so nothing would bother you, especially if you are in a closed environment, sharing with other people. And then also what you can do is to put on worship music, maybe on your headphones, and help you to just focus and drain out all those surrounding sounds. Then the next one that is very disturbing or distracting is body. When you sit in a certain position and now you become uncomfortable, or your glasses shift down on your nose, or you suddenly have a cramp in your foot or something like that. And now you cannot continue in prayer because you've got to give attention to this bodily discomfort that you have. So this is always going to be a troublesome thing from time to time. So just do as best as you can, not to be too cold or too warm in the area where you sit. Keep a blanket close by if you're tending to be cold, and so on. The next one, that's a real hard one, even for seasoned intercessors, is keeping your mind focused. So this is a very, very challenging one. And we do get better as we put our mind to our mind. So what can we do with this one? Keep a notebook by so you can write down anything that comes to mind that you are scared you will forget or that you need to do later. This can include anything that comes to mind, even good and godly things. Just keep your notebook by your side and write down those things, then you don't have to worry. Your thoughts go to someone that you love and you want to send them a verse. Don't do that straight away. Just write it down. Which brings me to the last one, and that is spiritual distractions, where we have a good godly reason to distract us from prayer, like sending a verse to your friend in need. Also, write it down. You can do it later. Do not interrupt a wonderful time with the Lord with a distraction. And ask the Holy Spirit at the beginning of each one of your prayer times to help you overcome distractions. I hope these guidelines will help you to at least focus for longer at a time during your prayer time.